everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the new moon, which was last Friday, and my tarot decks. I had placed a poll out on my YouTube channel on Friday morning, and I was planning to film this Friday afternoon, and then life happened and I wasn't feeling great. And so now it's Monday morning. I'm feeling better. I took the weekend off and rested. And now I thought I would give you guys a tour of my tarot decks, as well as some of my oracle decks I have here. And just a little note about the new moon. So I know this past new moon was the new moon in Aquarius. And new moons are great for kind of realizing what you want to manifest and putting those goals into action, I guess is the best way to put it. Kind of journaling to figure out what you like or what you want to achieve in the next few weeks leading up to the new moon, or leading up to the full moon anyway. So I figured I will show you guys some of my decks, as well as maybe do a new moon spread that I normally do from XII Tarot, as well as, yeah, I guess that's about it. So let's dive in. The first deck I'm going to show you is the first deck I ever got. This one was gifted to me. And I know, like, back when I first got into tarot, way back in high school, I believed that tarot decks had to be gifted to you. I don't think that's always the case. I'm going to have to be careful with this deck, too, because there are some naked people in this one, and I know YouTube's probably not always thrilled with that kind of content. But so this is the Renaissance deck, my first deck, and the box got beat up, so I took it out and I have it in this like little satin bag. But I kept the booklet, and I keep the booklets because I am horrible for remembering what the cards kind of stand for and represent. So I keep the booklets, and then I also have some cheat sheets that I use as well. These are ones I printed from XII Tarot. I think I got these by signing up for their, I don't know, I signed up for something from XII and they sent me these, and I absolutely love these. I printed them in A5 size and laminated them, and so they fit right into the back of my bullet journal, or whichever journals that I like to carry. And so I've got the suit of pentacles, the suit of cups, wands, swords, and then the major arcana. And then I have this one as well that I picked up from a metaphysical shop. And this one is, I don't feel as called to use this one, but it has everything in one sheet, which is helpful. Okay, so I have those, but I also like carrying, like if a deck comes with a booklet, I will use the booklet as well. So I have this Renaissance deck, and I'm gonna pull a couple of the cards out because I don't want to I'm going to be very selective about which cards I show with this deck, because it is very Renaissance-y, I guess is the best way to put it. Or maybe I'll just blur out what I can. So there's the Fool. These are... I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Here's the Knight of Coins, or Spheres, depending on how you like to. Here's the Emperor. A lot of the, you can see they're just really kind of, it's very Renaissance art style. here we go. Here's a Queen of Cups. But yeah, so there's that one. It's the first one I learned to read on. I don't feel as called to use this deck as much anymore, so I rarely pull it out anymore, but I still love it. So there's that one. The second deck I also got in high school. You can see these are like my older decks because the boxes are gone. This one is the Winged Spirit deck. This one was created by David Sexton and Ruth Giles, but I'm trying to remember what these look like. I don't think these are as bad. Yeah, so this is the Magician. I really like this one. This one's interesting. I will still pull this one out to use as I'm called to use it, but there's the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. The cards are a little better quality. There's Death, and the Emperor. I like this one because the cards are a little bit of an odd shape, but the back is not so like it has this little thing, so I can see where the top of the cards are. So if I pull them, I always keep this one upright. Like all the cards are always upright in this deck. I never do reversals in this one. And mostly because this book doesn't offer reversals, but each of the major arcana, they're like compared with other, I'm trying to figure out like Metatron here. So the Magician is set up as kind of like, is depicting Metatron. It's kind of, my brain does not want to work today. It kind of compares the cards, but it pairs the cards up with a figure from the Bible, with all the different angels and whatnot from above. So, like Judgment is Michael. Here's the great Archangel Michael as he appeared in the Christian legends of Judgment Day. With the sword of righteousness he defeats. So, and the card of Judgment signals a time of reaping that we have sown. This may mean reward or punishment, but things are approaching resolution. So it's kind of interesting, kind of going back through that. I'm not Christian, but I've always been fascinated with the Bible as a historical text kind of thing. So, Winged Spirit deck. Now, the other decks I'm just going to pull out and try to remember where I got them or when I got them. I don't always remember. But we'll see what we've got here. With the tarot decks, I have the Wild Unknown deck. Come on. This one's pretty. I like this one because I really like the art in this one, but I find it harder to read intuitively, because there's no, I don't know, there's just something about it that is standoffish to me. I just find it harder to read. So when I use this deck, I tend to use my cheat sheets, but I love the art in this one. The Moon, and I read this one. This one is just kind of however the cards fall. So there'll be certain decks that I will only read upright, and then there's some that I will allow reversals from. But this one's pretty. So there's that one. And I'll list all these decks, and if I can, a place to find where you can buy them. This is The Wild Unknown by Kim Kranz. But hopefully these aren't, none of these are out of print. This is another old one I got. I rarely will pick this one up. It's the manga tarot, or tarot manga. Let's see. Low Scarborough. Let's see if I can get things to, I don't know how well the it's going to, I don't know how well focusing is going to work, but there we go. This one's interesting because it does offer the cards in different languages, the name of the card, but the art is very pretty on this one, I will say. So, and I like the back of them as well. So I figured I'd just kind of flip through these. A lot of these are upside down, it looks like. The Tower. I will say that, oh, there we go. The Seven of Chalices with the Golden Dragon. Hopefully the glare is not too bad, but that one's pretty cool. I know with this past new moon, we kind of, it was also the Lunar New Year, or Chinese New Year, as some people call it. And we've gone into, I believe, the Wooden Dragon. I think that's it. I want to say this one is probably my newest deck that I've bought. The box, I didn't like the box, so I got rid of it. But this is actually a smaller deck. I was looking for a smaller deck to use for travel. But I don't know if it's just because this one's still so new that the cards just kind of stick together. But this is actually the Biddy Tarot deck. So you'll see that these cards, the pictures are going to match. Let me find that. That's the Three of Wands. The cards are actually going to match the pictures on this cheat sheet. But these are cute. I like how the edges are done in gold. But like I said, they stick together really, really hard, like badly. So I'm not sure if I just need to use it more, kind of break it in. There's the Queen of Wands, the Moon. I'm not sure how well I like this one yet, but it is a smaller deck that I like. So I like the fact that it is more palm-sized. But I think as I use it more, it will kind of loosen up and break in. That one's that one. I like how it's purple too. And it came with a little guidebook that reads upright and reverse, which is nice. So there's all that. Okay. Now this deck is one I got off of Wish. If you remember, I don't know if that app is still around. I did not like this deck, but I haven't found a way to get rid of it either. One of the reasons I didn't like this deck, it is smaller, and I think that was another reason why I got it, was because I was, again, still looking for that small deck to travel with. But when I first got this deck, it smelled like cigarette smoke, and I was not happy. The cards kind of feel cheap and cardboardy. It was a tarot deck off of Wish, pretty much. But the art is really pretty, I will say that. And again, it has the names of the cards in a couple of different languages, none of which, oh no, there is one. I was about to say none of which is English, but no, the top right is English. The Knave of Wands, the Tower, Six of Pentacles, Temperance. So it's an interesting deck, but not, like I said, it's kind of cheap feeling, and this isn't one necessarily that, I guess it's one of those I keep around because I haven't figured out what to do with decks that I don't want anymore. Let's do this one. Now, a couple of these decks I bought because I just absolutely loved the artwork. I believe this one may have been gifted to me from, sorry, I keep bumping the camera. I believe I got this one from Christmas or a holiday. It was gifted to me. It's Tilly Walden, and it's the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. This one's pretty. It comes with a really nice box, which I like, and a really nice guidebook. Like, this deck is legit, really, just really nice. I like kept everything kind of in here, but it comes with a instructional booklet that is like a hardcover booklet, full color, which is nice. The text is a little small. I do need like my glasses to read it, but I love how it gives you a full picture of the card as well as the descriptions and what they mean. And then the deck itself is just really pretty. So the art. Ooh, forgot there was naked people in there. I will blur that out. You got to be careful with some of these tarot decks, man. They will get you. There's there is some things about some of these tarot decks you got to be careful, because like the Knight, I don't know if that's like, this is one of those I don't read with often, so I kind of need to go through and check, but like some of them will either add new cards in or they will substitute, so the Knight could be the Moon. But that's just one of those things I need to look at. So that was the Cosmic Slumber. I'll set this one to the side. This deck is a little different from all the others. You can see it's much thinner. I bought this one in Japan thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. I thought this was back before I really got proficient at reading Japanese. I still am not great, but Google Translate is a wonder. I could read that this is tarot, and it's like Japanese tarot, Japan something tarot, and I was kind of hoping that this was the whole deck, maybe like cut in half or something. I don't know what I was thinking, but basically I ended up buying this, and it's just the major arcana. So I don't have a minor arcana, and I haven't been able to find the matching one, but I do like that these are just so pretty, like the Lovers, Justice, let's see, Death, and Judgment, the Empress. I just love the art on these, the Moon. So I will just I will use these sometimes to set up a card on my altar to kind of guide my manifestations or meditations and stuff like that. But I do really like how pretty these are. Another pretty deck I bought, and this was this is one of those decks that I bought because it was pretty, and it was one of those impulse buys. I could not say no to buying this deck. I had to have it, but I rarely read with it because I find it hard to read. But it is so pretty. I have to have it. And I find that, sometimes that's just how it goes. But the quality of this deck is so pretty. I'm like losing. These cards don't want to come out. Come on. There we go. It was the Fool. The Fool was stuck in there. It didn't want to come out. But it's a 78 card tarot deck rooted in life, death, and gold. And Amrit Bar is the illustrator of this deck. I'll have to see if I can find their website. This is pretty. The only thing I am a little upset about is the way you get this, like, these white bits, like the gold leaving the gilded, or the gold is kind of coming off on the ends a little bit. But I think that's just from me shuffling it and actually trying to use the deck. But I just love how pretty these cards are. The High Priestess. I don't know, it may be just the goth in me, the fact that I am. But I don't know. As soon as I saw this deck, I was like, I have to have it. Queen of Rings. The Eight of Rings. It's just super, super pretty. Here's the Hermit and the Sun. Fool. So I love this deck. It's so pretty. But like I said, I don't use it very often just because I find it difficult to read without looking up each and every card. And the back is really pretty as well. Come on, get in there. There we go. And that one's the Marigold. Right. I've got a few. I've only got a couple more tarot decks left before I move into my oracle cards. This is another one of those that I saw how pretty they were, and I could not help myself. It's the Star Spinner Tarot, and these are just so pretty. I love this deck. It's not so hard to read intuitively. I do like that. The wands could be a little hard because they're just, but Death is one of my favorite cards in this deck. It's so pretty. And I love how it's not just, a scary figure, right? Or the Grim Reaper. It's a mother crying with a baby. And it's this, because death is not necessarily about endings, it's about new beginnings as well. So I really love that card. The Devil. And I believe this deck is really cool because it has, one, it doesn't necessarily always show the naked bits, but it comes with multiple lovers cards. So it comes with 4 different lovers cards to represent your, to be inclusive, basically, to represent your idea of love, whether it's 2 guys, 2 girls. I just love that. It's just really cool. So I love that. It has this really pretty box. And it also comes with a little book that I have here. And again, it has, these aren't in color, but it has like all this. Yeah. And see, and even on lovers, sorry, I bumped the camera again. Before, yeah, it says even here, it says before the first shuffle, remember to add only one lover's card or cards that call to you the most in your deck. So I love that. So that's the Star Spinner deck. And like I said, it's such a pretty deck. I love just the gorgeous, the colors and the artwork on this one. It's just really pretty. I love how all the coins have rabbits on them. Or animals of some sort. So it's just really neat. Okay. And the back, of course, that purple. So pretty. So pretty. The next one, I'm going to save my favorite deck for last, and that's the Light Seers. But I have one more deck, and it's the Tarot of the Divine. And this one is inspired by deities, folklore, and fairy tales from around the world by Yoshitani. And this one's cool because it comes with a little book. I think I want to say there's like even like a book, like maybe a picture book or something. But you've got, this one gives you a few sample spreads that you can do, and then it gives you, each card tells you the fairy tale or folk tale that it's from, like which one, and it's like a brief summary as well as an upright and reversed meaning. But this deck I have not, it's like I bought, but then I really haven't used a lot. I think it's because, you know, some decks just don't fit comfortably in your hand when you're going to read them or shuffle. And I feel like this is one of those decks. It's just like I can't quite comfortably hold it, and it makes it hard. But I love, again, it's one of those, it's just, I absolutely loved the artwork on it, and I couldn't say no. Take a look at that, the Hanged Man. Almost looks like Sleeping Beauty. So, okay. So, that one's the Divine, the Tarot of the Divine. And you guys have probably seen this one a lot. This is my favorite deck at the moment. And it's the Light Seers Tarot by XII. And this deck is the one I will reach for the most. Let's see, maybe I'll set that there so you guys can see it. But it comes with a little guidebook. I will say that the book, the deck, her eyes on this deck and on the High Priestess card bother me a lot. They kind of freak me out because they look like they're open, but they're actually closed. And I know that's the point of the card, but it just one of those that will kind of freak me out. But I love this deck. I will read this deck either upright or reverse, like depending on, I guess the better way to put it is I will read reversals from this deck. But I love how colorful and vibrant it is. I love how easy it is to read each of the cards for me. I can read it almost intuitively without looking at the cheat sheets. which is nice. I feel very connected to this deck. And I love it. It's one of my favorites. So, but it's got some really pretty cards. There's the Death or Rebirth, the Wheel. You know, your luck is changing, and Strength, Six of Wands, getting public recognition, the Empress, and the Eight of Wands, the Knight of Swords. I love all these cards and the pretty, pretty pictures. The King of Swords is another one of my favorites. And the Tower. So, but yeah, and there's the Fool. So that's all my tarot decks. I don't know if I'll go through, we're probably getting into a really long video, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to set this one to the side. I'm going to show you guys my, I'm going to show you guys my oracle decks. Now, some of these I definitely do not use as much, but I have been feeling called to lately to start pulling a card and maybe leaving it on my desk for the day. I think it's maybe has something to do with what Jenna does for her sprints. Speaking of sprints, okay. I don't want to lose track of time. So I have a bunch of different ones. I have this Amenity Oracle that I got on sale from a store, one of the metaphysical stores I go to. This one's cool. Living with a Feather Heart. Let's see if I can get this one out. So it's a really nice book. Kind of offering some different spreads and stuff. But it is an oracle deck and not a tarot deck. I like how it's kind of got a felt box. But again, I have not looked at this one as much since I bought it. I regard all altars with respect. I care for the earth. I do the best I can. I think these are great. They're upside down. Some of them are upside down. I achieve with integrity. I speak positively of others. These are just awesome. I love that. So there's that one. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones I have. I have the Moonology deck, which I know you guys have probably seen before. These are Yasmin Bolin. This deck is quite popular, but I love these cards and how pretty they are. A new start is coming with the new moon. Full moon in Cancer. Full moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast. So these are just really pretty. With the oracle cards, I mean, I find it harder. You can do spreads, and I know, like, one of my favorite tarot readers here on YouTube will incorporate the oracle cards into tarot spreads, especially his tarot spreads. That's Minnow Pond Tarot. I'll link his channel below, but I love his stuff. This is a deck by Gabrielle Bernstein. It's The Universe Has Your Back, and these are pretty. I am loving the energy of the universe. Presence of love will always cast out fear. The art on these are just super pretty. Energy flows where my intention goes. I think there was one of the reasons why I got this deck was I really liked, I want to say there was a dragonfly one in here. That was super pretty. But of course now I can't think. I could be wrong. Yep, there it is. Haha. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. So, isn't that an awesome card? Love it. They're so pretty. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. I let go of the shadows of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. Instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good of all. Yeah, this is one of my favorite oracle decks, and I love having these to pull. It does also, oh no, it just has a little card about the creators in there, and a little message from Gabrielle. So those are pretty. So that's another one I like. This one is one of the ones I got recently, but I have not really pulled from. The Starseed Oracle has a book, but again, this is like one of those that sorry, I am horrible about bumping this tripod today. You got the love. I liked the pictures on these. This one just looked really cool. Your life is a canvas. But again, I'm really bad about getting decks and then just not using them. So maybe I need to kind of get back into the practice of drawing cards. I used to do this thing where I would choose every month. I would choose an oracle deck, and then I would choose a card from the oracle deck each morning. And then when the new month came, I would intuitively choose a new deck to pull cards from. So maybe I'll do something like that again. I also I have these set up I store these in a cabinet right now. So they're not really in sight. And I want to maybe get some like shelves to put them on, so that way I can pull them out, so I can see them and kind of pull from them intuitively, whatnot, each day. So this one I love. It's so pretty. This one I think I got, again, because of the artwork, like most of my decks. But this is the Spirit of the Animals Oracle. And I'm always really called to animals and animal spirits. And one of the ones, cats are usually one I'm pulled to. I like foxes and wolves, and then as well as butterflies. Yep. And birds. So usually ravens or crows, and hawks are another one that I'm really kind of pulled towards. But I really like just the artwork, and looking at these, they're so pretty. Like this goose, inner knowing, you're a brave traveler. These peacocks, vibrancy. The white stag is a protector. Clever fox, you are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance. So isn't that cool? I love these. They're just so pretty. So, and that one's the Spirit of the Animals Oracle. And this one not only came with a guidebook about each card that is upside down. The bee, black panther, butterfly. But it also came with this like poster that you can do spreads on. Yeah, so you can just pull it out and you have these cards for spreads. And it'll say like what the spreads are. Place a card here, the east to your far right. This animal represents your earliest years. And it kind of tells you what placement each card is. So yeah. Now I'm getting into the last two of my oracle decks, and these are kind of, again, some of my favorites. And this one is the Sacred Self-Care Oracle by Jill Pyle. I think that's how you say it. This is a 52 card deck, or 55, I'm sorry, my brain. But I love this deck. I love this design right here. I forgot what they're called, but I've seen these a lot. But this deck, I've got some that are all over the place. But I love that it numbers each one, so that way it makes it easier to find in the guidebook. But like, clean your energy field, sing. It kind of gives you this kind of guide. It gives you a guide to some self-care, alone time, abundance planning, a massage, spend time with animals, meditate, movement. It's just really cool. And the artwork on these two is gorgeous. I can't. I think that was maybe another one of those things that just kind of caught me. But it's like, make a vision board, make a meal, music, read, connect with your womb, nourish your temple. It's just really cool art and self-care guides. So I really like that one. And let's see, the box, I love how these have like some quotes on them. Take care of yourself so you can shine your soul's light. It's not pretty. And I'm a sucker for purple, so, you know. Like I said, these are cool because it gives you, they have numbers so you can easily find them in the guidebook. But it looked like also there may have been a couple of, no, I thought there was a couple of spreads in here. Yep, look. So sometimes it shows you how to use the oracle spreads, and doing some different spreads. So that's pretty cool. Now this oracle deck is my favorite, and I probably have used this one the most. It's Believe in Your Own Magic by Amanda Lovelace, and it comes with a little book. Again, I think they number the cards so you can easily find them in here, but there's different kinds of cards. And I love how there's the crown, the back, but nostalgia, focus on the here and now. Phoenix, how's that for happily ever after? Tower, unplug and relax for a spell. Lavender, surround yourself with love. I love the artwork and how each one of these is just kind of, I don't know, just special. I love how inclusive they are with the drawings and the pictures. I love how I can really relate with some of these pictures and stories almost. Gold, you don't need someone else to fix you. And she's holding this cup that has these gold streaks in it, and I'm pretty sure it's this, I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to look it up, but there's a Japanese practice of mending things that, especially ceramic pottery and stuff like that, of mending them with gold so that their flaws and that brokenness is highlighted. Basically, kind of showing the beauty of something that was once broken being put back together again. And I love that, especially when it comes to the, you don't need someone else to fix you. It's just beautiful. Release your guilt. Paint the sun back into your sky. I mean, these are just amazing, amazing kind of throne. Your potential is endless. Don't doubt your worth. I don't know. Like I said, this is my favorite deck because it's just, it always just speaks to me on a deeper level than I imagine, never imagine. Thorns, I really like this one. We weave together a crown you deserve. Take a chance on them. The shark, swim away from this situation. And just point blank, no, don't do that. So, feather, think before you judge. I love these. These are great. Pitch fire, stand up for yourself. Dragons, slay them all. I love it. I love it. And I believe each one of these, like I said, in the book, you can kind of find, like with feather, think before you judge. Did you commit to lifting up one of your sisters only to drop her down into the blaze? Examine the situation. Is your judgment justified, or is society tricking you into your stance? After all, it does have a habit of making you believe that other girls are your competition and that they must behave perfectly at all times. Step back and take the time to figure it out. It's not always clear at first, instead of acting rashly. I love these. They always kind of give you a moment to kind of to remind yourself to kind of step back and rethink things, or to go after things. Dragons, when the heart is involved, people don't always have the best intentions. They will pretend they're good for you, only for you to find out they're toxic or even abusive. Time has come to face your dragons, and you must slay them before they slay you. Of course, don't literally slay them, but make sure they know you won't stand for their mistreatment. I just love it. These are great. I promise they're not all negative, but there's princess cards, there's witch cards, and I believe there's mermaid cards. Let's see. Yeah, mermaid cards. So don't forget the big picture stuff. Recycle, don't litter, give thanks. So I love this deck. It's so pretty. It's Believe in Your Own Magic by Amanda Lovelace. I'm trying to remember where I bought this one. I may have gotten this one at Barnes & Noble, but like I said, it's pretty. Okay, so we've spent an hour going over all these decks that I have. And I'm hoping these are all of them, because I had to kind of pull them from all my different like hidey holes from around the house. There may be one or two more hiding. I don't know. We'll see. But I thought it would be cool to do a new moon reading, because I haven't done mine yet. And yeah, we'll give that a go. Let me just kind of... So we're going to do this spread. I'm going to post a picture of it right here for you guys. But this is the Biddy new moon manifestation spread. When it comes to new moon and full moon spreads, I normally use these Biddy ones. But another place I go to find tarot spreads that I really like, believe it or not, is Pinterest. So I'll either create one of my own, or I will go to Pinterest and just search tarot spreads. You can find a bunch. But this is one of my favorites. So I'm going to do this. Besides throwing everything around. So the first thing I do, I like to give a good knock on the cards to kind of clear out any energy from the last time I used it or pulled them out. And then I will just start shuffling. I don't like shuffling my cards like playing cards because, one, I can't do the arch thing where you gotta flip them, and I can't do that. My fingers are just not nimble enough for that. And two, I don't like the way it bends the cards. And I tend to, like, especially if it's a deck that I'm trying to keep all one way, like all upright, it's too hard to keep track of where the cards are going for me. So I will shuffle like this. I might cut the deck a few times. Jumps I will take. Sometimes it depends on how I'm feeling. Like if I drop half the deck, I'll just put it back in. But if it's like one or two, I might go ahead and put them in the spread. In the dot. Cards are talkative today, apparently. They're ready to go. So we'll see what we've got. I've got 8 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, and the Emperor so far. I need 3 more cards. I shuffle. All right. Now, I tend to always flip that way. If the whole spread comes up reverse, I may intuitively say, okay, no, it was supposed to be the other way. But since these are all upright and these are all reverse, I feel like that's kind of where we need to be. So in the first one is where I am. Let's see. I'm trying to read from behind me. So the first card is the 8 of Wands, and in this position, it's what have I released? And I am going to pull out my trusty little cheat sheets. But 8 of Wands is speed, action, air travel, movement, swift changes. And yeah, I can see how I kind of take these and I will think back into the last month. I did travel. I went to Boston. I feel like a lot of things have been changing quickly over the last few weeks. Some not always for good, but there has been a lot of change in the last few weeks. So I will take that now. Where am I now? Card number 2, where am I now, is the 10 of Cups. And this is a great card. This is happiness. This is peace, contentment, divine love, blissful relationships, harmony. I'm in alignment. I'm kind of where I want to be right now. Things are going well. And number 3 is what is emerging within me. And I've got the Emperor, which is kind of cool. Let me find the thing. It's authority, establishment. I'm kind of figuring out structure right now. It can also mean a father figure, but I kind of feel like I'm moving into my own. And so I feel like the Emperor there is a really good call. That is pretty awesome. Let me see if I can move these up a little bit because, and like I said, this is my new moon spread. It is a few days after the new moon, but this is kind of what I'm feeling right now. So I don't get too caught up on making sure I read the cards on the new moon. I I just kind of put that intention of, oh yeah, I'm drawing this for the new moon as I'm shuffling the cards. And so I find that helpful. Card number 4 right here is, what do I wish to grow? And it's the Queen of Wands reversed. Now, when I'm reading cards for myself, I tend to see the Queen of Wands as my personal signifier. It's a card I feel most drawn to. It's a card that, if I was doing like I don't even know how to explain it well. I'm not, my brain's not working very well today when it comes to explaining things. But so Queen of Wands means, in reverse, it could be like a shrinking violet, shrinking violet, aggressive, demanding. Let's look at the demanding. For me, in this place, and the fact that this is a personal signifier, and this is where I kind of come in intuitively. What am I trying to grow? And for me, I'm looking at this card. I'm not trying to grow anything at the moment, and I don't want anything to grow, I guess is the best thing to put it. I'm trying to kind of come back to myself. And so I don't want any of my commitments to grow. I don't want to add to my plate right now. I'm really trying to find a way to just kind of manage what I have. So I'm not really looking to grow anything right now. Card number 5 is, how can I bring my goals and intentions into fruitations. I cannot say it. Basically, how can I bring my goals and intentions to be? And it's the Knight of Wands reverse. So when you're looking at here, it's saying it's haste, scattered energy, delays, frustrations. I'm not really seeing that. How do I put it? When it comes to bringing my goals into belief, to bringing my goals to be, I feel like this is a cautionary, it's a warning, there's going to be a lot of scattered energy this month there, which I'm already feeling. Like, I just kind of feel scattered. Things aren't going the way I want them to. Even with this video, there was a delay. I wanted to do it Friday on the new moon. I was not feeling well, and I had to push it off till today. There's been a lot of delays in some of the other things I'm working on. I think it's just warning me that things are not going to go smoothly for the next few weeks. And having that warning kind of helps me to temper my expectations, I guess is the best way to put it. So I have that here. The last card number 6, is what additional resources and available help, things that are, what's available to me to help my goals in the next few weeks. And it's the 6 of Cups reversed. So let's have a look at that. Which kind of comes to the little cheat sheet, says, living in the past, forgiveness, and lacking playfulness. So for me, seeing that, I need to forgive myself, basically. I need to not blame myself that things aren't going to go the way I want them to go the next few weeks. I need to not be so caught up in what I was able to do in the past. I need to realize that, you know, something may have worked as well as it did in the past, might not work so well now. I think that's the big thing. I need to be looking at new ways of doing things and not necessarily getting caught in the same cycle of like, well, it worked this way in the past. I did it this way, and this is how it worked, and this is how it went, and it's going to go exactly to plan as well this way. So yeah. So overall, I think this is a really good spread for the new moon. It's might not be as positive. It might not be as positive as I would have liked for a new moon spread, but that's okay. That's okay. So yeah, it's gonna be one of those hot mess days, but I wanted to thank you guys so much for tuning in and staying with me while I went through all my different tarot decks and did a tarot spread with you guys. Interested in learning more about tarot, there is links below to Biddy Tarot, which is a great resource for learning tarot. Some of my favorite tarot books, The Creative Tarot, A Modern Guide to an Inspired Life, and as well as Tarot for Writers. This is a great resource as well. So, if you I would love to hear from you guys. Do you guys use tarot? Do you use it through to help with your writing? Do you use it for kind of taking that moment to look into your life a little bit deeper? I don't know, anything and everything. What were your favorite decks? I'd love to hear from you guys. So please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace, love, and happy writing, y'all.